Ragna the Bloodedge, feared across the world as the Grim Reaper, is a man shaped by loss, vengeance, and an unyielding resistance against forces that sought to control fate itself. His story begins in the remote reaches of the world, where he lived peacefully with his younger siblings, Jin and Saya. This serenity was abruptly shattered by an event that would define the path of his entire life. The mysterious being, known as Yūki Terumi, descended upon their home, setting it ablaze and leaving Ragna for dead. In the chaos, Ragna lost his arm, his sister was taken from him, and the gentle bonds of his childhood were destroyed. Ragna was saved by a wandering vampire, Rachel Alucard, who replaced his missing arm with the Azure Grimoire, a forbidden device infused with immense power. This moment marked the beginning of his transformation. No longer a powerless child, he became a figure both feared and hunted. As he grew older, the trauma of his past forged in him a relentless drive to rebel against the oppressive control of the organization known as the Novus Orbis Librarium. As the wielder of the Azure Grimoire, Ragna carried not only an extraordinary combat capability, but also a curse. The Grimoire fed on life, and those who sought to exploit it labeled him an existential threat. Yet Ragna's strength was never born from the Grimoire alone. His sheer will allowed him to push forward, even against enemies who surpassed human limits. Ragna's journey brought him into direct conflict with his estranged brother, Jin, who had been manipulated into seeing him as an enemy. Their battles were not simply clashes of strength, but echoes of a fractured past neither could fully comprehend. Yet, through each confrontation, Ragna clung to the memory of the bond they once shared, hoping to reclaim even a fragment of what had been lost. His encounters with Noel Vermilion, a young soldier unknowingly connected to the mysteries of the Azure, reinforced his role as a catalyst for change in a world teetering on the brink of collapse. Ragna's purpose shifted, truth of loops and Amaterasu revealed. He now fights to dismantle the system, ending endless suffering. Ragna's final path was not one driven by rage, but by sacrifice. Recognizing that the world could not move forward while bound by its distorted foundations, he reset existence. He brought an end to the looping tragedies and offered humanity a chance to exist free from the distortions of the Azure. His decision erased much of his own presence, but the hope he fostered persisted in the hearts of those he touched. To those who knew him, Ragna the Bloodedge was more than a notorious criminal or a walking catastrophe. He was a man who refused to let the cruelty of his past dictate the future of others.